Hello, Cornerstone Kids. I am so glad you are here with us at Cornerstone Kids Online. We have some great things planned. You will learn this month's theme and memory verse, sing a great worship song, and watch this week's true Bible story. At the end, you will have a chance to pray together as a family. But before we get started, let's review our Cornerstone Kids values. Number 1, love God. We are created to pursue an authentic relationship with our Creator. Number 2, love people. We exist every day to demonstrate God's love to a broken world. And number 3, love life. We experience life to the fullest as we walk in our God-given identity. If you do each of these things each day, you can change not only your life, but the lives of others. Have a great week.
When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive, yeah. No matter what tomorrow brings, I know that you'll be by my side all the time. You'll never leave me. When shadows fall, I will have no fear, 'cause you're right here. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive, yeah. No matter what tomorrow brings, I know that you'll be by my side all the time. You'll never leave me. When shadows fall, I will have no fear, 'cause you're right here. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive. You are a light that makes a way when I am lost. You love with everything you have, no matter the cost. You are my hope, and I will trust you with all my life. You are a light that makes a way when I am lost. You love with everything you have, no matter the cost. You are my hope, and I will trust you with all my life, yeah. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive, yeah. Hope is alive.
Oh, there we go. What's happening, peeps? I'm Jacob, and today we're celebrating a day that is all about hope. Hope is believing that something good can come out of something bad. And something really good came out of the day we call Easter! Woo! So, to celebrate, let's do some Easter-themed puzzles. First, an Easter egg hunt. Okay. Can you find which Easter egg only appears once? Is this one up here? No, that one has a twin. Oh, what about that one right in the middle? Not right. Oh, which one was it? Obviously. Try this one. It's a word problem. Javier has 127 jelly beans. Teresa has 323 jelly beans. If Javier and Teresa share their candy, how many jelly beans will they have altogether? Okay, this is a math problem. Let's see. 127, 323, so that's 7 plus 3, that's 10, 0, carry the 1. That's 2 and 2, and then we carry the 1, so that's 5, so that's 5, 0. We have 5, 0, and then we have 3 and 1. So we did 1, 2, plus 1, where are we? 450. Yes! How many of you got 450? Nice job. Time for the next question. If Javier and Teresa eat all those jelly beans, how sick will they be? I'm just kidding. Eat candy responsibly, peeps. Time for the last puzzle. Scramble word. Okay, these letters spell something. Let's find out what. Okay, oh, there it is. And then another P. Got it. Therapy apes. Psychologist monkeys. I'm not sure that's a thing. Let's try this. We have an H-E and a Y. Ooh, and then, ooh, I know. Hey, rest, Papa. Had a long day. Dad, take a load off. No, that's not it. Oh, it's Easter. Obviously. Aha! And because it's Easter, aha! Try peeps. Oh, you scrambled words, don't mind if I do. Today's story is the most epic true story of hope that you'll ever hear, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you in a few. Good, wait right there.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of John. Chapters 18 through 20.
In the days before electricity, people were used to living in darkness much of the time. But no one had ever known darkness like the deep dark that descended during Passover week nearly 2,000 years ago. Jesus had arrived in Jerusalem to shouts and cheers.
Hosanna! Hey, blessed is the King! Hosanna!
But the religious leaders had been plotting a way to get rid of Jesus, and they had found the perfect way to get to him through one of his closest followers, Judas.
What will you give me if I hand Jesus over to you?
For 30 pieces of silver, Judas promised to betray Jesus, the light of the world. Darkness was coming, but Jesus wasn't surprised. After a special Passover meal with his friends, he told them,
"In a little while, you will no longer see me. Then after a little while, you will see me."
Jesus led his friends across the Kidron Valley to a garden called Gethsemane.
This very night, you will all turn away because of me.
Peter hurried to step right up beside Jesus.
All the others may turn away because of you, but I never will.
In the garden, Jesus pleaded with God in prayer.
My Father, is it possible for this cup to be taken away? But if I must drink it, May what you want be done.
His friends couldn't stay awake long enough to pray with Jesus. But soon, the dim silence of the garden was broken. A mob of soldiers and officials streamed into the garden, carrying flaming torches. Judas marched right up at the front and led them straight to Jesus.
Who do you want?
Jesus of Nazareth!
I am he.
At first, everyone fell back, but then they surged forward to grab Jesus. Peter tried to defend him with the sword, but Jesus stopped him.
Put your sword away. Shouldn't I drink the cup of suffering the Father has given me?
Jesus was tied up and taken to the high priest for questioning. Panicked, his friends fled into the darkness, except for Peter and John, who followed at a distance. Peter waited outside in the courtyard, while John slipped inside.
You aren't one of Jesus' disciples, are you?
Peter, afraid for his life, froze.
I am not.
Inside, Jesus was put on trial and lied about by fake witnesses.
Tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God.
You have said so. From now on, you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One.
He has spoken an evil thing against God.
Outside, others asked Peter if he was a friend of Jesus. Twice more, he said.
I am not.
Jesus' own friends had abandoned him. Even as bleak morning light grew, darkness continued to gather. Because the Jewish leaders couldn't sentence anyone to die, they sent Jesus to the Roman governor, Pilate.
What charges are you bringing against this man?
He has committed crimes.
Pilate questioned Jesus himself.
Are you the king of the Jews?
My kingdom is not from this world. I was born and came into the world to be a witness to the truth. Everyone who is on the side of truth listens to me.
Pilate returned to the crowd.
I find no basis for any charge against him.
Pilate was afraid of the Jewish leaders who could get him in trouble with the Emperor Caesar. So he gave in, and Jesus was beaten. A crown of sharp thorns was pressed into his head, and he was handed over to the soldiers to be crucified.
You, carry this.
Jesus was forced to drag the heavy beams of his own wooden cross through the streets of Jerusalem to a barren hill outside the city walls, Golgotha. Jesus' arms and legs were nailed to the rough cross using heavy spikes. Then, the cross was raised up to stand between two other crosses holding thieves. Even though it was the brightest part of the day, darkness began to close in.
Must be a storm coming in.
Jesus' mother, along with a few of his followers, looked on, their hearts breaking. Around mid-afternoon, Jesus cried out,
My God! My God! Why have you deserted me? It is finished.
Then, Jesus bowed his head and died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. The darkness of despair settled into the hearts of Jesus' friends. His body was taken to a nearby garden and placed in an empty tomb. A heavy stone was rolled in the way to block the entrance. Soldiers were even sent to stand guard during the long, dark night. But even in the deepest darkness his world had ever known, God was still at work. Early on Sunday, even before the sun rose, Jesus' friend Mary Magdalene crept to the entrance of the tomb. But when she got to the entrance, the heavy stone had been rolled away.
It's empty.
Confused, Mary raced to find Peter and John. They too saw the empty tomb and returned home, still trying to understand. Mary stayed behind in the slowly growing light. Tears filled her eyes as she bent into the tomb to see once again.
Oh!
Two bright angels dressed in white sat where Jesus' body had been laid. Mary turned back to the garden, her breath catching in her throat. The rising sun nearly blinded her, but she could see a man standing there.
Woman, why are you crying? Who are you looking for?
At first, Mary thought this must be a gardener, but then he spoke again.
Mary.
Teacher!
It was Jesus, alive! Mary threw herself at his feet. As the light grew around them, Jesus told her,
Do not hold on to me. Instead, go to those who believe in me. Tell them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God.
Mary, race to find the others!
I have seen the Lord.
Through Jesus, God had defeated death forever. We can hope because in the end, darkness will never win.
Hey, John.
Oh! Hey, what? Hey! Oh! Oh! What are you doing here?
Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter to you. What are you doing here so early?
I'm doing a sunrise service.
What?
You know, at my church growing up on Easter Sunday, we'd always do a sunrise service. You get to church as the sun rises and you celebrate Jesus' resurrection.
Okay. Well, what time does the sun rise?
7:04.
Oh. What? You do realize we're in my basement, right? We're inside. Underground?
Mm-hmm.
You do realize you're going to miss any sunrise. Oh! Oh!
Happy Easter! Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon.
And I'm John, and happy Easter.
Yes, happy Easter indeed.
I am so excited. I mean, it's Easter. Easter is huge.
Yeah.
It's the big day. So we've got the biggest and best show ever.
Ever.
Jelly bean relays.
Easter egg painting.
Chocolate bunny scavenger hunt.
And a Bible story with Kellen.
Oh, yeah, that too. So what are we waiting for? Let the Easter celebration begin. Woo!
Okay, you've heard of painting eggs for Easter. Well, this Easter we're painting with eggs.
That's right, we have our Easter eggs behind us as well as an assortment of paints. Woo! We're gonna dip the eggs into the paint and then throw them at these two canvases to make some exceptional, exciting,
Egg beautiful.
egg. It's not just adding egg to a word.
Oh, that's egg ridiculous.
We're gonna make some art.
Yeah, let's paint.
Yeah.
Egg paint. Oh,
Hey,
nice.
that works
Yeah,
great.
That works great. Oh, I love it with the yolk.
I can't break an egg.
Yeah, man, look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah, okay.
Mine looks really good. I don't even need any yellow. Yeah. Oh, the egg stuck to the thing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nope.
Now, see, that's pretty cool.
Which
That's
one?
pretty cool.
Mine?
Yours, yeah, it's
I
very
like yours too.
avant-garde.
Ugh.
All right, almost.
Wait, let's both go to mine.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Nice.
good.
That was really good.
How long have these eggs been outside?
I don't know, a few weeks. Why?
I mean, the smell.
Yeah. Oof. What do they smell like?
It's
They're
like a burning ball of cheese.
I was gonna say like a comatose ostrich.
Yeah. It's disgusting, right?
Yeah. Let's promise never to do this
Yes,
again.
deal.
Okay. You know what? Next.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
So and soians of all ages, we present to you
the ultimate Easter race for all the jelly beans.
Here's how it works. We have a giant bowl of jelly beans.
And over on this side of the room, we have 2 empty cups labeled John and Brandon.
Hey, that's our names.
That's right.
Awesome. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to fill our cups to the line with the jelly beans. But the trick is, we have to move the jelly beans with this spoon in our mouths the entire time. Whoever fills our cup first gets all the jelly beans.
I accept.
Ha-ha, as do I. On your mark. Get set. Go.
No!
Sorry. Why did you do that?
Why did you trip?
Oh, yeah, like I didn't mean to do that on purpose.
Did you?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe my reaction was a little unnecessary.
Well, maybe we should try to do something where we actually work together.
Deal.
Next! All right. Well, let's be honest. Our biggest and best show ever has been a little underwhelming so far.
Yeah, but you know what? I think we're gonna end with something incredible.
Oh, yeah,
This
with
is
our
gonna-
chocolate bunny scavenger
Scavenger hunt.
hunt.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
So we'll be given mysterious clues that we'll have to work together to solve. And if we can solve the puzzle correctly, it will lead us to a big surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Come on, open it.
Okay,
Open
here it is.
open,
This is our first clue. This is going to be tough. Ready? Here we go.
Got my thinking brain on.
There's a chocolate bunny in your driveway.
What?
Yeah. That's all it
It's a
says.
chocolate bunny. Well, it's not much of a puzzle, is it?
No.
Hey, chocolate bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yay! Oh, wait.
You got it.
Woo!
There it is.
It's all been worth it.
All right, open it.
All right. Ooh, boy. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Oh,
Oh, unbelievable.
it is unseasonably warm.
This is the worst Easter ever.
What are we gonna do now?
I don't know. Bible story time with Kellen?
Hey, Kellen.
Yeah. Hey.
Happy Easter!
Yeah.
Sure. Happy Easter.
Whoa, hey, what's going on? It's Easter.
Well, yeah, exactly. And Kellen, it's been a disaster. Melted chocolate, wasted jelly beans, smelly eggs.
Yeah, but what about the Easter story?
Yeah, I guess we should do that. Yeah.
It's an amazing story. How God made something incredible out of something terrible when no one else could see it. You know, why don't you guys sit back and listen?
It's all you, Kellen.
Easter is an amazing story, a story of hope, a story of victory, a story of love. However, the beginning of the Easter story was really sad and a little scary. You see, Jesus had just spent the last 3 years of his life telling people about God, teaching people amazing things, healing the sick, and loving the poor and the outsider. But not everyone liked Jesus' message of hope and love for all people, and they wanted to arrest Jesus. So late one evening, a group of soldiers came to arrest Jesus. But one of the hardest things was that Judas, one of Jesus' disciples, one of his 12 closest friends in the world, was the person who turned Jesus in to be arrested. When Judas arrived with the soldiers, Jesus asked them,
"Who do you want?"
Jesus of Nazareth.
"I am he."
Jesus must have felt terrible. One of his best friends had betrayed him. Some of the disciples wanted to fight, but Jesus went peacefully. He was arrested and taken to one of the religious leaders to be questioned. But another one of Jesus' disciples, Peter, followed at a distance. While Jesus was being asked questions about what he taught, Peter was standing by a fire to keep warm, and some of the people asked if he followed Jesus.
You aren't one of Jesus' disciples too, are you?
I am not.
And then a few moments later, someone else asked the same question.
You aren't one of Jesus' disciples too, are you?
And again, Peter said,
I am not.
And then a third time, someone asked,
Didn't I see you with Jesus in the garden?
No.
Again, Jesus had a friend that abandoned him, denied even knowing who he was. After Jesus had been questioned by the religious leaders, he was taken to the Roman governor, a man named Pilate. The religious leaders asked Pilate to kill Jesus. Pilate was confused. He was trying to understand what Jesus had done that was so wrong. He said over and over again that he found Jesus innocent.
But the mob continued to ask Pilate to kill him. Pilate said,
"Look, I am bringing Jesus out to you. I want to let you know that I find no basis for a charge against him."
Crucify him! Crucify him!
Pilate finally gave in to the mob and handed Jesus over to be crucified. Now, being crucified was a terrible thing. Jesus had already been beaten, and he had a crown of thorns put on his head. Jesus was then nailed to a cross and placed between two criminals, and he was crucified, executed. The soldiers, they divided up his clothes. He was mocked. Jesus felt like God had forgotten him. He hung there until there was a point where he lifted his head and he said,
"It is finished."
After that, Jesus died. Jesus had gone from teaching thousands of people, giant crowds following him, being loved and adored by so many, to feeling abandoned by his followers, by his closest friends. He even felt abandoned by God. I bet that almost everyone thought that this was the end of the story. His followers had to feel incredibly helpless. In fact, we've probably all felt that way sometimes, like nothing good could possibly happen. But this was the ultimate despair. And that's when something incredible happened. After Jesus had been buried and placed in a sealed tomb, Mary Magdalene, a follower of Jesus, went to the tomb and saw that it was empty. Mary Magdalene rushed back to tell some of the other disciples, and they came back with her and saw that it was empty. The other disciples left, and Mary was there alone, crying. Mary saw a man that she thought was the gardener, and he asked her,
"Why are you crying? Who are you looking for?"
Sir, did you carry him away? Tell me where you put him. Then I will go and get him.
But it wasn't just the gardener. It was Jesus. And Jesus simply said to her,
"Mary."
Teacher!
Jesus had risen from the dead. He told Mary to go tell the disciples what had happened, and she did. She told them Jesus was alive. Things had looked dark. Things were sad. But God had done the impossible. Jesus had overcome death. And that story is just as true as it was over 2,000 years ago. Jesus is constantly working in the world. And even when things are bleak, we can have hope. And that's why we can say, no matter what, Happy Easter, because Jesus is alive. What did you all think?
I mean,
it's pretty incredible.
I forget how hopeless it looked before Easter morning.
Well, I think we all can learn to have hope even when things are tough. And it doesn't mean that you can't be sad or angry. Jesus' disciples were sad. Jesus was probably sad that he had to go through all that terrible stuff. But in the end, we can have hope. When we put our trust in Jesus, we can have a relationship with God that lasts forever. And that is some incredibly good news.
It sure is.
Yeah, thanks, Kellen. Hey, happy Easter, buddy.
Happy Easter. I'll see you guys soon.
An incredible story.
Yeah. Easter means so much to so many people all around the world, and including all of you watching right now. In fact,
reveal the question.
What does Easter mean to you?
Yeah, maybe it means time with family and fancy new shirts.
Yeah, maybe it means Easter egg hunts and fun games.
But Easter means so much more.
It's a reminder that there is hope, even when it seems like there isn't.
Yeah, that there is a God that loves you. We can have hope because Jesus is alive.
Yeah, so happy Easter!
Yes, and we'll see you next time on the So-and-So Show!
Woo! Woo!
Wait, I'm running out, so I'm just one at a time.
To pick it off of the table.
Woo. Oh, yeah.
Woo! Yay!
That is actually kind of fun.
Woo! Oh!
Oh, where did that come from? No!
I think I inhaled it.
Oh, you did?
No, I'm okay.
Got it. You ever wonder why we celebrate Easter every year? Here's why. When sin entered the world, people and God were separate. It was easy to see how far apart we were. People tried to make it up to God, but the price was too steep. So, God came up with a plan to save our hearts, a plan to save the whole earth. God's plan was to send Jesus, his one and only Son. Jesus died to erase all of our sins from the past and all of our sins in the future too, a price we could never repay. Jesus died because of his great love for us. And we celebrate Easter because we remember that Jesus' death wasn't the end of the story. Jesus came back to life to give us hope so that when we believe, we'll have a relationship with God that will last forever. He rose from the dead to show that he's more powerful than any fear or any problem we may have. He rose so that we would know this one thing. Whatever happens, remember Jesus is alive. So, no matter what's puzzling you, you can be sure that Jesus is with you. He loves you, and he is still very much alive. Happy Easter, everyone. What? Oh. Or eaters, I guess. Happy eaters. Let me just, Happy Easter, everybody! And just for good measure, one more of these bad boys. Woo! Happy Easter! I'll see you next time, peeps.